Hello, my name is Andrew, and I spent the past month coding a dating and friends app called ANOMALY, which you can sign up for starting today. Basically, back in 2020 when the pandemic started, I decided to do this challenge where I would do one comic every single day for an entire year, which was awesome, but also one of the loneliest times in my life. And so one day I thought, what if there was this tool, kind of like something that NASA has for looking at stars, but instead of that, it would be like a tool for finding the sorts of people that you want to connect with. Well, we actually used to have tools like that because we had Match.com and OkCupid, and back when they were really good, you could filter through all of these really interesting things, like not just the basics of age and geography, but all these really deep philosophical questions about your diet and your beliefs and your habits. And literally after you filled out your profile, you could easily find people that you were like a 99.9 or 7% match with, like literally soulmate connections in a matter of seconds. But what happened is that all of the dating and relationship apps got bought up by this company called Match Group, and now all the helpful filters have been replaced with this philosophy of just like swipe, 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 because that is what makes profit and keeps people coming back to these apps instead of finding connection, which was supposed to be the whole point, right? Anyways, before I go more in depth on Anomaly and dating apps, etc., I just want to take you guys through the sign up form and show you how it works. So yeah, let's check it out. Okay, so here's the form at anomaly.social/sign up. Just click get started, and then you put your name here. And you can hit the enter key for going through it faster if you want to skip, just clicking to the mouse. But yeah, we've got age here and just some basic stuff. Intention, it's gonna be like a multi-purpose dating app. So you can use it for dating, you can use it for friends, or maybe like creative stuff, projects and things like that. So I'm just gonna check all of them. And then we've got orientation. And this is kind of like the key thing about it, what I'm really excited about, is that you can put different interests. So like barefooting, sci-fi, let's see, writing, van life, of course. And then you can also search if you want to do custom tag or another tag like surfing. Let's see, we don't have that one yet. So I'm just gonna click surfing to add a custom tag. And they do have to be approved, obviously, because you don't want people adding random things, because it could get really junked up. But anyways, I think this is gonna be cool because then you can have all these really granular interests, and you can find people not only based on one interest, but like the combination of three, which is the thing that would make this site really powerful. But then there are also going to be more in-depth questions like philosophy, how do you think about life, your daily habits, where do you want to go. So yeah, the sign up form is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, but you can put in your location so that you can find people based on where you are. I'm in Rochester. And then photos, got the classic headshot, so I'll put mine in there. You can add multiple photos if you want, and I also have a little editor tool if you want to crop, so I'm gonna make mine a little closer, and then just hit save. And then the last step is that you just put in your email, and I'm not going to be using Google or any other kind of sign-in, so you'll just essentially get a link to sign into the site. And once you click the link, you can just go back to the form and it'll say that your email is verified, and then you'll be all signed up. So back to the basic idea of the app. The reason I chose the name Anomaly is because I've had this feeling, and I think a lot of people have had this feeling as well. And as the population of the world continues to grow and grow and grow, that trying to find people to connect with deeply is like trying to find a needle in a haystack or trying to win the lottery, like in the sense that it feels as if you're not really in control of the process because the odds are so low that no matter how many times you put yourself out there, that you sign up for clubs, you go for activities, you're out hiking, you're out traveling, you just aren't finding the right person. And the biggest reason for this is that if you're someone who's vanilla and you maybe have one thing that's a little bit unusual about you, you're probably not going to have too many problems finding people, right? But if you're living in a van life build and you're into raw foods and you wear barefoot shoes, it can feel almost impossible to find someone who intersects and like understands and vibes with all that. So what I wanted to build is a tool that will help you find your anomaly, that 1 in a billion person that could be anywhere and is probably looking for you too. That said, the other reason I wanted to build this app is that I have a YouTube audience of 35,000 people, and I kind of just like wanted to get to know you guys and give you a way to know me at a deeper level too, which is what I'm hoping will kind of solve the problem problem a lot of apps have where they just can't get enough people to sign up in the beginning, because when you go really deep like this, even if you only have 2 users, it's still interesting because you can see this score of like how much you have in common, and you can kind of paw through people's answers on philosophy or their life ambitions or their personality traits. And no matter how few people there are using the app in the beginning, that's still way more fun and way more rewarding than just mindlessly swiping through hundreds and thousands of profiles. So yeah, if you guys want to try the sign up form and let me know how it works, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm sure there are probably bugs. But in terms of having the beta version of the app ready, I think probably only about 2 weeks maybe, because I already did a lot of the heavy lifting doing the sign up form with like setting up the database and all of the actions that have to happen and the filters. But anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. I will get back to barefoot videos and making a tour of my van life build, hopefully within the next few days. And until then, I will catch you next time. Peace.